Alright, so I'm going to go over the answers for these warm-ups. So you should have done these first, maybe talk to a neighbor and compared answers, and now you should be watching this video to check your work. So the first thing is the y-intercept. If we plug in 0 for all the x's, we should end up getting 2 over 6, which is going to be 1/3. So we get the point 0, 1/3. If we find the horizontal asymptote, we see that the exponents are the same, so that means we're going to divide coefficients. So 1 divided by 1 is 1, so we get our y-intercept at y equals 1. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just throw the point on at 0, 1/3. And then we have our horizontal asymptote. I'm going to drag up, and that goes at y equals 1. Okay. Now we need to factor to determine the restricted values. So if I factor the top, I'm going to get x minus 2 multiplied by x minus 1 all over x minus 3 multiplied by x minus 2. We can see that the x minus 2's will cancel out, so therefore we'll have a whole at x equals 2. But we can see that we've got that x minus 3 on the bottom still, so that's going to give us a vertical asymptote at x equals 3. So I'll go ahead and drag over the vertical asymptote at x equals 3. So we've got that on there. And we'll worry about graphing the whole later, so I'm going to put that little asterisk so I remember it. And I'm actually going to change, that point just to the intercept. So now we need to see what's going to make the top 0, so our numerator. So that's going to be the value of x equaling 1. So we get the point 1, 0 for our x-intercept, because 1 makes our numerator 0. So now I can drag the other intercept over to 1, 0. So we're going to need to find some extra points. I do know that I can already graph the left half. It should always come down towards the vertical asymptote and go up towards the horizontal when it's in that bottom left box. So it shouldn't really cross those lines. It should just form towards the asymptotes. So now we're going to need to find some extra points that are going to be able to help us to graph the rest of this. So we should pick something to the right of the vertical asymptote now. So we've got 4, if we plug that in, so we're looking for the point at x equals 4, we're going to get 4 minus 1 divided by 4 minus 3. So that's going to be 3 over 1, which equals 3. So we can plot the point now at 4, 3. So right there is our point. And now we can finish graphing this because it should go towards both asymptotes just like this. But you need to remember that we've got that hole. So I got to come back and we're going to erase that at x equals 2. And we need to remember that we've got a hole right there. So what I'm going to actually do is just drag that hole over. I'll put it right there where I marked it, and we've got a hole right there. So that will give us the first graph. So now for the second one, we need our y-intercept again. So our y-intercept, if we plug in 0 again for all of our x's, we're going to get 4 over 3. So we get the y-intercept 0, 4/3. I'm going to go ahead and take one of our intercept points, drag it over to 0, 4/3. Our horizontal asymptote, we have the same exponents on top and bottom. It's x squared over x squared, and we've got 2 over 1. So that's going to give us a horizontal asymptote at y equals 2. So I'm going to bring that horizontal asymptote up to y equals 2. If we factor this, first we pull out that 2. So I'll pull out that 2 on top, and we'll get x squared plus 3x plus 2 all over, and factor in the bottom, we get x plus 3 times x plus 1. Then if we fully factor that, we're going to end up getting 2 multiplied by x plus 2 times x plus 1 all over x plus 3 over x plus 1. So you should notice that those x plus 1's cancel. So that means we're going to have a whole at x equals -1. Put that little asterisk to remind me for later. And we'll have a vertical asymptote now. The -3 for x is going to make our denominator 0. So I can go ahead and bring over that x equals -3 vertical asymptote. Perfect. Our x-intercept, so that's going to be, what's going to make our numerator 0? It's going to be x equaling -2. So we're going to have the point -2, 0. So I'm going to bring over that intercept at -2, 0. Now we can go ahead and plot the right side of our graph. And we need to remember that whole is at -1. So I'm actually going to bring that over. It should go somewhere about right there. We're going to get our graph looking just like this for the right side. So now we're going to need to find one point to the left to be able to get this. So I'm going to do the point -4 because that's to the left of my vertical asymptote. So I plug in -4 to my graph, and we're going to get 2 multiplied by -4 plus 2 all over -4 plus 3. The top, we're going to get 2 multiplied by -2 is -4 all over -1, which gives us a +4. So we're going to plot the point -4, 4. Put that point right there, and now we can graph the rest of this. It should go towards both of the asymptotes.